How to make an easy golden XP farm in Minecraft. These are resources you will need for this farm. So anyways, let's get into it. Alright, so the first step to this farm will be to build yourself a big portal. So to build that portal, you will have to place yourself out a row of 23 obsidian onto the ground. So anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 21, 22, 23. Alright, so once you build yourself a 23 long block line of obsidian, head into one of the corners, then build yourself 22 blocks going up, as in 22 more obsidian. So anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so once you build yourself 22 obsidian going up on one side, head to the other side and then do the same thing. So head into this corner and also build yourself 22 obsidian going upwards. So anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 20, 21, 22. Alright, so once you build these obsidian 22 blocks going upwards, simply link them up with each other pretty much like this. So what you should have now is a big portal. So anyways, next step to this farm is to figure out which side of this portal piglins will spawn on, and this is quite important for the farm. So to figure that out, simply light the portal and then you should have some piglins spawning. And for example, we see a piglin right here, meaning that the piglins spawned on this side. And you can double check this by simply breaking the portal, or if you are in survival, break one of the obsidian, try to light the portal again, no piglin this time, once more, and boom, as you can see, piglins happen to spawn on this side. And it's very important that you know this, so once you figure out which side the piglins spawn on, simply place yourself at the block right here, for example, to mark which side the piglins spawn on. So anyways, once you figure this out, you can now break the portal again, and then we can continue on the farm. So anyways, what we're going to do now is build ourselves some blocks in front right here, which are going to be transporting the piglins into the killing chamber we're going to build later. So to do that, head to the side of the portal which piglins spawn on, which is this side. Then from the bottom of the obsidian you have right here, build yourself 2 blocks going outwards. Do the same on the other side, like this. Then simply link up these blocks with each other pretty much like this. So what you should have now is something that looks like this. So anyways, what you can do now once you build this is destroy this block you had right here. And again, make sure the thing you just built is built on the side where the piglins will spawn once the portal is turned on, which as you can see, we have done correctly. So anyways, once you have done this, what you can do now is head to the other side of the portal, which is right here. Then going from this obsidian you have right here, place yourself out 3 blocks going backwards, pretty much like this. Then while standing in front of the portal, place yourself out an observer on the middle block, and that observer should have the little redstone eye looking towards the portal. Then place yourself out a dispenser in front of that redstone eye. Then head behind where you built so far and place yourself another observer right here, and now the little redstone eye you have right here should be flicking on and off. Then head into this dispenser and place yourself out the water source right here, and once you've done that, water source should kind of be pushed in and out. And this water source right here is pretty much how we're going to be turning off the portal. So to have a way of turning this farm on and off, simply head to the left side of what I built so far, place yourself out a block right here, so pretty much a block to the left of this observer. Then place yourself a sticky piston right here, and this sticky piston should be looking in towards this observer. Then simply place yourself out a block behind there again, build yourself blocks going forward until you have reached the front side right here. Then place yourself 5 redstone dust right here, and then you can have a lever on front right here. And as you can see, if we then flick this lever, this will stop because this observer is pushed away, making sure the water does not get dispensed constantly. So anyways, once you've done this, you have now made a system that will be allowing the portal to be turned off, and you have of course added a way to turn the farm off temporarily in case you want to turn it off. So anyways, now that we have a way of turning the portal off, we obviously need a way of turning it on. So let's do that now. So anyways, we're going to build what we're going to build now on the other side of the portal. So we build this little water system on the left side, meaning we're going to build the lava system that's going to be turning the portal on the right side. So simply head to the back of the right side of this portal, which is right here. Then from the bottom obsidian right here, count yourself 3 blocks going upwards, 1, 2, 3, destroy the 2 bottom ones. Then build 5 more blocks going out from this block right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these should kind of be going inwards towards the portal. Then head to the left of what I built so far and place yourself an observer right here, and the little redstone eye should kind of be looking away from everything else. Meanwhile, the face you have right here should be looking towards pretty much the water system. So what you should have now is something that looks like this. So anyways, what you will have to do now is rotate yourself around and then place yourself 5 more observers while looking at the first observer you placed. So anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So anyways, what you will need to do now is place yourself 5 blocks behind all of these observers, and then you will have to place yourself 3 blocks to the right of what you've built so far. So what you should have now is something that looks like this. So anyways, once you've done this, place yourself out a 2 block high wall on both of the sides of this, pretty much like this. The blocks you have right here should be right behind the obsidian, and the blocks right here should be, well, right here. What you will have to do now is also build yourself a 2 block high wall behind what you built so far, pretty much like this. Then head into this room and place yourself some trapdoors on top of these blocks right here, and make sure you open these trapdoors and that these are opened outwards. And then once you place the trapdoors, place yourself some blocks above the trapdoors, pretty much like this. So anyways, all you have to do now is place yourself at a lava source on top of this middle observer, and boom, once you've done that, the portal should be turned on as long as the water isn't flowing outwards. And now we have pretty much built a system that will be turning on the portal, such as that, and we have built a system that will be turning off the portal, which is this. So anyways, what we're going to do now is get started on the piglin collecting system, as in the system that will be picking up the piglins, sending them down to the killing chamber, and then they will obviously die in that chamber. So anyways, to do that, we're gonna head over here and then break ourselves one more block down. So break all of these blocks, one block going downwards. So anyways, once you've broken this one block down, head to the left right here, then count yourself 8 blocks to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then once you've reached the 8th block, dig this one block down, then obviously break out the rest of the blocks going to the right. So anyways, then head back down into here and then count 7 blocks to the right from this block right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Break this one block down and then just break yourself down to the end right here. So anyways, what you can do now is head back to the first block you broke and then place yourself at the water source right here. And this water should now flow all the way to the end, which it should any minute now. Boom, pretty much like that. So anyways, what you will have to do now is head back down there and then break out one more block going to the right, pretty much like this. So now you should end up with one block over here that has no water on it. So from this block, you will now need to break yourself down 22 more blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So anyways, once you've broken yourself down 22 blocks, you will now need to dig out a small room for the trident killer to fit in. Now it really doesn't matter which way you break out this room to build it in, but you need to have yourself a 4x4 room to fit the trident killer. So to build a trident killer, I'm simply going to look this way, then break myself one block forward, then look to the left and break one block to the left, then look to the right and break 2 blocks right here and then 2 blocks right here, and then simply dig out this room in this space. So break all other blocks that are pretty much within this frame, and boom, once you've done that, you should now have yourself a 4x4 room. I'm also going to break this one higher up just to have a teeny bit more space. So anyways, once you've done this, we're now going to get started on the trident killer. So to get started on the trident killer, pretty much look at the hole where the piglins are going to fall down, then place yourself a piston pretty much right in front of that hole, if that makes sense. So pretty much something like this. So from the piston, you should have a 1 block gap in between the piston and the wall right there, and you should have a 2 block gap to the right. So anyways, once you place this piston, head to the left of the piston and place yourself a redstone torch right here, then place yourself an observer while looking at the redstone torch. So now the little face should be looking towards the redstone torch. Then just continue this step. So look at the first piston, look to the left. In front of this little redstone eye right here, place yourself at another piston. To the left of this piston, place yourself at the redstone torch, then an observer, then a piston, redstone torch, observer, piston, redstone torch, and then one final observer. Now the main important thing to know here is that all of this needs to be very specifically built. So if you have one observer facing the wrong way, this will not work. But the main important way to know if this will work or not, by simply looking at the building, is that what you should have is obviously the face of the observers should be looking towards the redstone torch. As you can see, it is. So anyways, once you've done this, you will of course now need to dig yourself out some space so you can stand in, watch the piglins die, and obviously turn on and off the trident killer. So to do that, I'm going to look at the first piston I placed, turn around, and then break myself about 4 blocks going forward into the wall right here. And this is of course just to have plenty of space, but you can break this room out pretty much however big you want. So anyways, once you've broken yourself some extra space, so anyways, what you will have to do now to firstly make sure the trident killer actually works, and of course also to turn the trident killer on and off, is to place yourself at a lever on top of one of these pistons. Then simply flick this lever on, and this should kind of go around once, flick it off, and then this will go around constantly, and this means that the trident killer is on. Now before the trident killer is 100% done, you will of course also need to throw yourself a trident on top of one of the pistons, and you will of course have to block in all of the corners right here to make sure the piglins can't escape. And of course, if you want to watch the piglins die within the trident killer, you can also place yourself some glass in front right here. And if you're curious as to how you're going to be collecting the XP, well, to collect the XP the farm will give you, simply just stand in front of the piston, and once this piston is extended, the XP will kind of teleport through it, meaning you can very easily collect the XP in a safe way. So anyways, now we really just have 2 more steps and then this farm is done. So the first one is obviously to add yourself a very basic collecting system under this room, allowing you to pick up the gold and all the items you want to keep. So what you will have to do is simply just break yourself down in front of this trident killer. So break yourself 3 blocks down right here, then jump into this room, and from the 2 bottom blocks, break yourself 3 blocks forward, pretty much like this. And if you now break out these 4 blocks right here, you should now end up within the trident killer room. Now to make this as easy as possible to follow along with, I'm going to replace the blocks right here with a solid block. So what you will have to do now is place yourself at the double chest right here, which is pretty much going to be collecting the items. Then place yourself 2 hoppers going into these chests, with then 2 more hoppers going into those hoppers again. So anyways, what you will have to do now is place yourself at least 1 or 2 hopper minecarts on top of these hoppers. So to do that, head into the, for example, the top left corner, place yourself a railing right here, then place yourself a minecart on top of the railing, and then you can destroy that railing pretty much like that. Then you can do the same with the bottom right hopper, such as like this. And these hopper minecarts will allow you to pick up any items that will be dropped within this room. So anyways, now we just have one final step, and that is to head into one of the corners of this room, dig yourself straight up, and then add some ladders right here, simply so you can get in and out of this room. And as you can see, we ended up right outside the farm. So what you can do now is just add yourself some ladders right here, and then you have an easy way of getting in and out of this farm. And boom, now that we have done this, the farm is actually fully done. So to use the farm, all you will have to do is flick on this lever for the trident killer. And one quick tip with the trident killer is that if you hold a looting 3 sword, as in a sword with looting 3, while turning on the trident killer, you you will actually apply a looting 3 effect to the trident, meaning you have a chance of getting up to 2 or 3 times the amount of materials, which is always useful. But anyways, then just flick on this trident killer, and then you obviously have to head out of here and then flick the lever we have on top of here to turn on the actual farm. So then flick this lever, and as you can see, the portal will now start flicking and piglins will start spawning, as you can see. And now we can stand right here, and as you can see, piglins will fall down there, they will obviously die, and the resources they will drop will go into this chest. So anyways, I've just went into survival. Now I'm already level 77, meaning that I won't be getting damage XP. However, if I just stand right here, as you can see, I will be collecting quite a lot of XP and relatively fast through this piston. And of course, all the items we get from this farm will end up in this chest, which will be primarily golden swords, a lot of golden nuggets, quite a bit of rotten flesh, and of course some gold ingots. Now as you can see, this chest is filling up very quickly with gold swords, which is why I recommend you add an automatic item sorter to this farm. And again, I'll leave a link down below on how to make an automatic item sorter for a gold farm in Minecraft, so feel free to check that out. But yeah, anyways, now we can just stand here, collect the XP, and yeah, do whatever you want. So anyways guys, that is how to make a relatively easy and very good gold farm in Minecraft. So anyways, that is it for this one, and thanks for watching. If you have any questions about how this works or anything like that, feel free to leave them down below and I'll try to answer your questions as quickly as possible. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.